你好. Before we go into any Chinese stir-fried rice or stir-fried dish that using pork, I need to show you how to clean the pork that we use in our stir-fry or pork chop. Usually we like to use pork tenderloin, as you can see. Whenever supermarket on sale, you can buy a big piece of, pork tenderloin. And actually this piece is the end of that whole piece of pork loin. So this is actually not a good piece, but we have, use for these is for any piece that at the lower part that you cannot make pork chop, you can use it for stir fry. So now I'm going to show you how I take off all the fat and then all these unwanted tendons. First, I have to show you the knife that I'm using. I'm actually using a, fisherman's fillet knife for their fish after they caught the fish. And I bought it in knife shop, and then usually you can get this very cheap. I think I got these maybe like $2 or something. You can go to like $10. It depends where you get these, all right? So now I'm going to show you is, this is the toughest part in the in the pork. And this part will also affect your dish. When you make a pork chop, you really don't want these because it actually make your meat tougher. So what we do is we actually, put this knife under this tough, part, and then scrape to the front. Like these. Okay, you can hold your two finger underneath and just do this. And just keep going. Okay, see? And then for this part, all you need to do is just cut and pull. Cut and pull. Okay? See this come off. The piece like this. I'm going to show you again. So for the end piece here is the same thing. You can do, put the knife underneath and then just scrape through and then cut out. Alright? And then like these, it's the same thing. You can do these for beef tenderloin. If you buy a piece of beef tenderloin home, this is almost the same way that you clean out the beef. Okay? So I'm going to continue cleaning out these unwanted part. Oh, also the fat is the same thing. Alright? Just go. For this part, we can save it for stir fry. So I will use a knife and cut it out and save these. We can cut off all the fat and just save the lean part for our stir fries. So you can see the silver skin here. We need to cut that off because that is how make the meat more tough. Okay? So we just keep going and clean out these. For any part that is hard to cut off, you can either use a scissor to cut it off or, or other knife. But this works perfect for me. So I'm going to keep cleaning the unwanted part out, and then I will show you after I have cleaned up these what it looks like. So I will see you in a minute. Okay, we are back. As you can see that I have completely cleaned up this meat. Right? They look beautiful. Okay? And then actually for the front end, this is a perfect part for pork chop. And the back end, this is the part that, most of the people don't know what they should do with it because it doesn't look good when you make a pork chop. So what we do is we slice off the part that we are not going to make a pork chop. Look how beautiful this is. So this is a beautiful piece for pork chop. And for these, we're going to do the slice for Chinese stir fry. When you do the pork, when you do the slice, you have to slice according to the grain. Because if you cut it against the grain when you stir fry, or the meat will break up. So this is, the meat that is, according to the grain. You can see that the grain is going this way. So when you look at this piece, you know that all the grain is going this way. So what we do is we actually cut it up like these and we slice them. against, not against the grain, it's according to the grain of the meat. Okay, let me get one piece up and show you. So when you pull apart, you can see the line. Can you see that? Okay, and once you stir fry these, it's going to be very nice, tender and nice. All right, I am going to cut the rest of the piece, and then I'm going to show you another dish of Chinese onion and pork stir fry.